Reactions. It's episode 22 of the show where I react to basically anything that you guys send me or things that I find on the internet, things that we as a community enjoy together. We react to them here. Sometimes it's funny stuff, sometimes it's just regular fun stuff, sometimes it's some serious stuff. We have range here at Sudden Reactions, but welcome in, welcome all. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. We've got a lot to get into today, right? We've got a lot to get into on this episode of the show. We've got some games, we've got some funny topics. Like I said, we have range here. We are live, so shout out to everybody who's watching in the live chat. Ashley, good morning, or good afternoon, rather. Herb, what's going on? 86 Ghost, what's up? What's up? Appreciate y'all for coming through. So yeah, episode 22 of Sudden Reactions. Here we go. So yes. Like I said, welcome back to yet another episode of Sudden Reactions. Okay, guys, listen. It's Thursday. We're getting closer and closer to NFL Championship Weekend. One of my favorite weekends of the year. Probably right behind divisional round weekend, just because you get just as high caliber games, but you get two more of them. You get two extra. But there's just something about Championship Sunday where I have so many fond memories. I have so many fond memories of Championship Sunday. The Ravens beating the Patriots back in 2012 to go to the Super Bowl, right? The what else was there? There was the Stephon Diggs play from what, 8 years ago now or something like that. The Stephon Diggs walk off touchdown from Case Keenum to Diggs. There's also there's the Billy Cundiff miss in the AFC Championship game back in what, 2011. I mean, so many crazy big moments came in the championship rounds, man. I cannot wait. Personally, I cannot wait. Herb says, "Do I need to make a beat for you, Sutton?" Yeah, man. Sure. I mean, send me something. Send me something. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear it. I would love to hear it, man. Let me see. Stretch 52 is in the house. What's going on, man? Appreciate you for coming through. Chris, good afternoon. How you doing? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Shout out to everybody who is at work right now. Shout out to everybody who's maybe on their lunch break right now. Shout out to everybody who's commuting right now. Shout out to everybody at home. Right. Shout out to everybody, no matter where you are, what you're doing. You chose to be here with me on this episode of the show. And I truly do appreciate it. I do. I do. Let me see. Eli says, "What's up, family? What's going on, Eli? Hopefully you're doing well." But okay, let's go ahead and get into some reactions, shall we? All right. So episode 22. Yesterday's episode was a lot of fun. We did a lot of the Liminal horror games, and those are always a good time, obviously. What we want to do today is start off with some more of those, right? And my guy Asmodeus yesterday was like, we should do more. We should spend a little bit more time with some of these would you rather type scenarios. They're definitely, you know, thought provoking. You kind of wakes up the imaginative side of your brain, right? And I feel like not a lot of us, kind of think about these sort of scenarios enough, and they're just fun. They're just fun. So let's get into it, right? Let's go ahead and get into the first one we have here. Go ahead and pull it up on screen. I think this one is going to be a left or right that you have to choose. Let's take a listen.
Choose a path, left or right.
All right. So we starting off early. We're starting off hot. Y'all know the drill. Where we going? We going left or we going right? Throw it in the chat. Throw it in the chat for me. Throw it in the chat. And listen, guys, if you're part of the replay gang on this one, make sure you leave your comments down below, your questions, your concerns about anything that we have going on here on this channel. If you want to react to the games that we have going on here, put it down below in the comments, but be truthful. Be truthful. Don't be doing all that fast forward and rewinding crap, you know? Don't be doing all that. Let me see what we got. Let me see what we got. Let me see. Void says left. Chris says right. Stretch says right. Zeke says right. Herb says left. Okay. Taurus says left. All right. All right. So we kind of even. We're about even right now. 3 for left, 3 for right. I'm thinking. I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna go right on this one. I'm gonna go right on this first one. Ashley says left. Okay. All right. So I think we got 4 for 4. Yeah, 4 for 4. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, let's see. Let's see. Everybody on the left, y'all are up first. Let's see what y'all got to suffer through for how long? How long did they say? Let me play it again.
Choose a path, left or right.
Oh, they didn't say. Just choose a path. Pick your destiny.
You chose the left path. Your place is a massive, walk-through aquarium that stretches farther than your light can reach. Thick glass tunnels curve and overlap above rubbery floors that flex slightly under your feet. The air is humid and smells strongly of salt and metal. Dim exit signs glow green at irregular intervals, reflected endlessly in the glass, making it hard to tell where you actually are. The tanks lining the walls are filled with water but no fish. Artificial coral and rocks sit motionless inside, though sometimes the sand shifts as if something brushed past it. You hear water dripping constantly, but never see the source. When you stop walking, the sound stops too. Every time you turn around, the tunnel behind you looks different. A curve becomes straight. A sign moves farther away.
Oh, I would go crazy in there.
The glass begins to reflect figures that don't match your movements. They vanish when you try to focus on them.
And then you start hallucinating too?
You are not trapped by walls. You are trapped by uncertainty. Some people stay here because leaving feels harder than wandering. Most people don't notice when they stop looking for an exit. You chose the right path.
I mean, you're just perpetually lost.
Your place is a small cafe floating gently among stars, its wide windows showing slow-moving galaxies and distant nebulae glowing in soft blues and purples. The lighting
this is chill. This is real chill.
Constant, like evening
we got a
that
chill
never
start to
turns
this
into
one.
night. The floor is carpeted, and every surface feels clean, soft.
Oh yeah, we good.
Cats lounge everywhere.
Team right.
Some sleep on window ledges. Others curl up beside you without hesitation, purring quietly. They come and go as they please.
Yeah.
Never scratching.
Yeah, this is a W.
Never hissing.
This is a W.
You always feel like you are exactly where you are supposed to sit. A counter serves warm drinks that never burn your tongue and pastries that taste slightly different each time, but always comforting. Bowls of water.
We off to a hot start. I'm 1-0 so far.
Refill themselves.
Hey, y'all might want to ride with me today. I'm just saying.
Air smells faintly of coffee and fabric softener. Time doesn't rush here. You are completely safe. Enjoy your stay at the Galactic Cat Cafe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Team right, stand up. I mean, you live in a big-ass estate with pretty much everything that you need inside. Outside is literal space. So, just don't go outside, I guess, right? For however long we got to stay here. Let's just imagine maybe it's like a week. I'll take this any day over, an abandoned aquarium where it sounds like water is leaking and it sounds like something's following you. And you can't backtrack your steps because everything is changing as you're moving. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. No, that's not an L, Void. It's not an L, okay? Limited air and freezing. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that if I'm in the house, I'm protected. I think we have to assume that. Otherwise, it's kind of like a moot scenario, right? Like it's a moot point. Like you would just die kind of just instantly if that was the case, if you didn't have any air in there at all. So I'm assuming that. And no, we didn't do this one yesterday, Asmodeus. By the way, what's up, Asmodeus? Hopefully you're having a great day, man. Hopefully you guys are all having a great day. But yeah, team right. That's a W for us. As a matter of fact, who said that? Let me see. So I followed y'all. Oh no. No. Light work. Hell no. Damn, this is far back. Shit. Zeke, Stretch, and Chris. Zeke, Stretch, and Chris. Shout out to you guys. You guys get the first W of the episode. Clap it up. Zeke, Stretch, Chris, and myself are 1-0. Y'all got to catch up. All right, let's see. What do we got next? What do we got next?
Pick one pill. The one you choose decides where you'll have to survive the next 48 hours. Pill one.
All right, all right. Next 48 hours, where we staying? I'm going to go red pill. I'm going to go red pill on this one. I'm calling my shot early. Calling my shot early on this one. 86 Ghosts, what up? Glockma, what up? Chris says red. Oh, so you riding with me now, Chris. Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. So you switching over to the, to my side. I like that. I like that. Getting a little bit more faith. All right, let me see. Herb says blue. Void says blue. Asmodeus says red. Okay, red, red. We team red. Okay. Stretch 52 says blue. Chris, don't do that. Glockma says blue. 86 Ghost says red. Zeke says red. Taurus is fading me. He says he's gonna take blue. See, I'm telling y'all, I got a good feeling about today. I got a good feeling about today. Okay. And by the way, we got 5 of these lined up. This is number 2. I'm trying to at least, again, go over 500. Yesterday I was 1 and 2 because we only did 3. Today I'm trying to at least get 3 W's. So I'm going team red. All right, let's take a look at what red has to offer us. Next 48 hours is where we staying.
Pill 1 sends you to the corporate plane. A completely flat surface stretches endlessly in every direction. There's nowhere to sit except the ground. Food appears once per day.
Okay, we got
it consists
food.
only of plain slices of meat. Sleep
That's
is
fine.
possible, but the floor is hard. There is no shade and no sense of time. Something moves between the buildings.
Oh, come on,
it stops
bro.
moving. When you look away, it gets closer. Once it reaches you, there is
Oh,
no exit from this
hell
place.
no. What's that song? Day after day. Yeah, that's what this is right here. Like, this is a struggle, bro. Every time I think I'm getting hot, there's no way you survive this, bro. That shit is big as like Galactus. Like, what? How am I supposed to survive this? When I'm looking at it, it doesn't move, but when I'm not looking at it, it
Plane. Pill 2 sends you to
all right. Red pill is looking like we're taking an L, but let's just see what the blue pill does.
cloud room. A small furnished room floats above thick clouds. A couch and bed sit near the windows.
Bruh.
A fridge contains familiar
Damn.
childhood snacks. The snacks restock every day. The windows must stay closed.
They don't went to
If
Costco
opened,
or
something
something.
outside will notice. As long as they remain shut, there is no danger.
Uh-oh. I mean, shit. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I I mean, apparently there's no danger as long as you don't open the doors or windows. Okay. All right. I'll take the L on that one. Because as long as you don't, again, it's only 48 hours. Don't open no doors, don't open no windows. You don't have to face whatever this is coming from the heavens that looks like it can swallow you whole. Pause. Right? But yeah, that's an L. That's an L. But only because like we was doing good. Team Red Pill, we was doing good. Right up until they put this motherfucker. They threw that motherfucker in the picture. I was cool being out in the sun. Bet. I got a little sleeping bag, some bologna, little half drink bottle of water. I'll make that work for 48 hours. But what is this? He exists between the buildings. When you look at it, it stops moving. When you look away, it gets closer. So basically, you have to keep your eyes on it at all times. So you cannot sleep. You cannot sleep because once it reaches you, there is no exit. You're there just forever, and it probably kills you. Well, it says he doesn't let you escape. If he catches you, he doesn't let you escape. Ashley says, is he threatening? Then yeah, like he keeps you there. So yeah, that's basically your life. So that's an L for me. That's an L for me. Let me go back. I gotta be transparent here. Let me go back. See who got the W. See who got the W. Ah, that's unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. Let me see. Blue. Okay, Herb got it right. Void got it right. Stretch got it right. Okay, 2-0 for Stretch. Glaucoma got it right as well. Pick blue. Taurus faded me. Pick blue. I'm sorry, Chris. I let you down. I let you down on that one. Sorry about that. Kenny picked blue as well. Yeah. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Y'all got that round. Y'all got that round. Clap it up. Clap it up. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. Damn, I really thought that the red pill. I always try to go with the reverse psychology. They want you to pick the blue pill thinking you're safe. So I'm gonna go red naturally, right? I guess. Let's move on though. Let's move on. Number three. Number three.
5 seconds. Choose a number between 1 and 4. The number.
All right. So this one, we're gonna be a little bit split up. We're gonna be split up on this one. 1 through 4. This is a little bit of a longer one. Okay. But 1 through 4, you gotta pick. I'm gonna call my shot right now. I'm gonna go with 1. I want to know my fate early in this one. I'm gonna go with 1. I'm going with 1 in this one. Let me see if anybody's rocking with me. Somebody got to rock with me. Let me see. Who gonna rock with old Sutton? Who gonna rock with old Sutton? Let's see. Chris rocking with me. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now I can't change it now. Can't change it now. You're locked in. You're locked in. Kenny says 3. Void says 2. 86 Ghost says 3. Stretch says 3. Asmodeus says 3. Taurus says 2. Easy money. Chris says 1. Herb says 3. Glaucoma says going with 2. Zeke says 2. Ashley says 2. Okay. All right. So we kind of split up on this one. We got a couple of votes for 3, a couple for 2, but none for 4. It doesn't seem like. Okay. Okay. Did I miss one? I don't think so. All right. So we basically all going with either 1 through 3. 1, 2, or 3. I'm going with 1. Chris, you're going with 1 as well. Let's see what we got.
The number you choose will determine where you must survive for the next 30 days. Follow for luck. Time is up. Here is your new home. Number 1, the Infinite Highway. You are driving a car down a pitch-black highway. It is raining heavily. The headlights only illuminate 10 feet in front of you. The car never runs out of gas. There are bags of chips and water in the passenger seat.
Okay.
You can recline the seat to sleep, but the sound of the rain is deafening. The rule is simple. You must never look in the rearview mirror.
Oh, shit.
There is a car following you. It has no lights on. If you look at it in the mirror, it will speed up and ram you off the road. Keep your eyes forward. No 2. The plastic.
Damn. I mean, if we picking like which situation would you rather be in, that's not terrible. If you can just train your eyes to stay on the road. And the only way that I don't survive that is if I look in my rearview mirror. Hell, I'll probably just turn my rearview mirror all the way one way, so I can't look at it, even if I wanted to off of impulse. Right? I think that's a W. Personally, we got to keep going through them, but so far so good. Chris says she's already dead, can't see at night or in the rain. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with my vision. So I don't know. Speaking for me, that's not so bad. That's not too crazy. Number 2, folks. Let me see. What y'all got?
You are trapped inside a massive,
tunnels.
colorful indoor playground, the kind with plastic tubes and ball pits. The air is hot, humid, and smells like old socks and bleach. It is incredibly cramped. You have to crawl on your hands and knees everywhere for food. You will find occasional forgotten juice boxes and crackers in the corners. Sleeping is painful on the hard plastic, but the real problem is the climber. It is something small that scuttles through the tubes fast. If you hear scratching in the pipe ahead of you, back up immediately. Do not let it corner you in a dead end. No.
Yeah, y'all dead. Yeah, let me see number 2. Let me see. Everybody who picked number 2. Don't hide now. Void. Or wait, is that the most recent one? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Ashley, Zeke, glaucoma. Yep. Taurus. Yep. Void. Yep. Done for. Done for. Damn. The crawler. Can you imagine though? Think about that. You guys remember back in the days and like, the McDonald's fun play place or whatever where, your parents used to bring you and you crawl through the little tubes just like that. Like imagine like something crawling through there like super fast and like ready to like just scoop you. Nah, bro. And it's dark in there too? Nah, hell no. Y'all dead. Number 3. Number 3. Let me see who picked 3 before we watch this one. Before we watch this one. Who picked 3? Who picked 3? Somebody did. Stretch 52 and 86 Ghost and Kenny. So Kenny, Ghost, and Stretch and Asmodeus picked 3. So let's see what they got. If it's any, because I think 2 was eliminated. 2, y'all are eliminated. But number 1 wasn't that bad though. I think y'all would admit. Remember, if you just turn that rear view window to the side, mirror to the side, you good. Right? So let's see what number 3 has. If it's any worse than 1, then Chris, we up.
3. The Midnight Hotel.
Ooh.
You are in a long, luxury hotel hallway with red patterned carpet.
Oh, picked 3
the
too.
Lights flicker constantly. You have a master key card that opens one room, room 303. Inside, there is a king-sized bed and a fully stocked minibar with gourmet food. It looks perfect. However, you are not the only guest. Every night at exactly 3 a.m., someone will knock on your door.
Uh-oh.
The knocking will get louder and louder. For 1 hour, you must not open the door.
Oh, shit.
You must not look through the peephole. If you make a sound, the knocking will stop and the door handle will slowly turn.
Ooh.
No four.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. No, that sounds actually terrifying. Like, can you just imagine like being in a hotel room, a vacant hotel room, and every night at 3 a.m. or 3:33 a.m., you hear loud knocking on the door for an hour straight. You can't answer the door, you can't look through the peephole, and if you make a sound, they'll just come in. Boy, that sounds crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but you could just not answer the door and not make a sound, and apparently you'll be okay. So I don't know, y'all. That's a tough one between number 1 and number 3 for me. That's a tough one. Now, if the thing is you got to stay here for, let's say, 48 hours, did it even specify at the beginning? That's my thing. I wonder if it specified at the beginning how long you have to stay here. Let me see. Because if it's just situational, like which situation would you rather be in? If I'm driving, it's like how long am I driving for? That's the
5
thing.
seconds. Choose a number between 1 and 4. The number you choose will determine where you must survive for the next 30 days.
Oh, 30 days. Oh, wait.
Follow for luck.
30 days? Wait, do I get to sleep in the car? Let me look at number 1 more
Time is
time.
up. Here is your new home. Number 1, the Infinite Highway. You are driving a car down a pitch black highway. It is raining heavily. The headlights only illuminate 10 feet in front of you. The car never runs out of gas. There are bags of chips and water in the passenger seat. You can recline the seat to sleep, but the sound of the rain is deafening. The rule is simple. You must never look in the rearview mirror. There is a car following you. It has no lights on. If you look at it in the mirror, it will speed up and ram you off the road. Keep your eyes forward. No two.
That's not terrible. Like I can pull over and stop and be safe and I can go to sleep in the car, right? But I got to just be on the road for 30 straight days. I can't. That's a tough one. That or that or the hotel. That's a tough one, man. I don't know. What up? How you gonna drive for 30 days straight? Apparently you can sleep though. You can sleep. So it's just like I don't know. I have more questions. I have more questions. I wish I could ask somebody more questions. And what happened exactly? Like, what happens if you get out of the car? So many questions I have. Like, is there like a certain amount of time that I have to be driving per day, or like, or what? You know, at least with the hotel, it's a little bit more straightforward. It's just like, hey, stay here in this hotel. But did they mention food though? Because we at least we get snacks in the passenger seat here. I'm not sure if they mentioned food with the hotel. Let me see.
Room 303. Inside, there is a King Midnight
Let's see.
Hotel. You are in a long, luxury hotel hallway with red patterned carpet. The lights flicker constantly. You have a master key card that opens one room, room 303. Inside, there is a
Glaucoma said 30 days of chips. That is crazy.
king-sized bed and a fully stocked minibar with gourmet food.
Oh, so you get a fully stocked mini bar with gourmet food at this. Yeah, I'm thinking the hotel is probably the move, y'all. Because the hotel is gonna have a bathroom in there, you know, shower. You know what I'm saying? You got food in there. Why would you need to leave? Yeah, I would get. If I'm being honest with y'all, I gotta give the hotel the edge over the driving situation. So, I mean, nobody picked number 4, but let's just for shits and gigs, let's see what number 4 was, right? Let's see what number 4 was.
The night train. This is the jackpot. You are
Oh,
alone
we
in a
missed
private
it.
vintage train cabin, moving through a snowy landscape. It is warm and cozy inside. The rhythm of the train on the tracks is soothing and helps you sleep deeply. A trolley comes by every morning filled with hot tea, pastries, and fresh fruit. There are no monsters here. The train never stops and the view outside is beautiful. You have plenty of books to read and soft blankets. You are completely safe for the
We should have picked number 4. Nobody picked number 4, by the way. Y'all was calling it bad luck in the chat. Basically, we all lost. Yeah, we all lost. Nobody won there. Nobody won. House wins on that one. House wins on that one. Ah. Mm-mm-mm. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, I mean, I'm 1 and 2 right now. I stand 1 and 2. Uh looking to bounce back, you know. We've still got 2 more to go. I think that I can make a little comeback here. I think I can go on a little bit of a run. I'm going to try at least cuz I want to get over 500. Can't afford any more losses though, or else I'll miss the playoffs. Don't want to miss the playoffs. Ah, 1 and 2 for everybody. Except with Zay Torres. Let me see. 4 hold no significance in my life. Let's not go 1 and 5 like Harbs. No, for sure, for sure. Best option was 4, man. Ah, man, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. We don't want to miss the playoffs. We don't want to miss the playoffs. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Number 4. What do we got?
In 5 seconds, choose a random box. The
All
box you
right.
choose will determine where you have to stay for a month.
All right. 4 boxes. Wherever you pick is where you're staying for 1 month. For 1 month. Where do I want to go with this one? Comment down below for the 4th challenge. Which box are you picking? For challenge number 4, which box are you picking? All right, all right. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna go before I look at y'all's. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna stick with 1. I'm gonna stick with one on this one. And I promise I haven't looked at none of y'all answers yet. But I'm gonna stick with one. I just have a feeling, you know, I gotta stick with it. It didn't do me right last time, but I got a feeling about this one. I got a feeling. Let me see. So I see Void says 2. Chris says 1 again. I promise you I didn't look. I promise you I did not look at the answers. But you're sticking with me. I like it. I like it. Asmodia says 2. Let me see. 86 Ghost says 3. Stretch says 1. Okay, Stretch. There we go. Team 1. That's what I'm talking about. Torres says 2. Zeke says 3. Glaucoma says he's choosing 2 again. KP, what's going on, man? Says he wants to go 3, but he's going to choose 2. All right. All right. All right. Kenny says 4. Okay. Try to see if we can double it up from last time. Herb says 2. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Ashley says she's going to pick 3 this time. Okay. So we're pretty diverse. As Modi says again, 4 is an unlucky number. The ones are fucked. I'm looking to go 2 and 2. I'm looking to even my record here and go 500. I'm calling my shot with box number 1. I want to know my fate early. Let's see what it is. Box number 1. And again, what did they say? 30 days?
In 5 seconds, choose a random box. The box you choose will determine where you have to stay for a month.
A month, yeah. All right, let's see. Here we go. Box number 1. Be good to me, baby.
Box 1. The abandoned underground parking garage. This is a massive parking structure beneath an old shopping center. There is no power, so it is completely dark. You are given a flashlight with extra batteries. The concrete is cracked and damp, and water drips constantly from the ceiling. Some levels are partially flooded. The air smells like oil, rust, and mold. You will often hear footsteps echoing, even when you are not moving. Cars are still parked in their spaces, covered in dust. Sometimes car alarms activate on their own. Food is hard to find. You can scavenge from abandoned vehicles, but most of it is expired. Sleeping is possible inside cars, but it is uncomfortable and cold.
Okay, but at least we can sleep inside the cars, right? If I have like some sort of living quarters, right? If I can sleep in the car, I mean, it's 30 days. If I can sleep in the car and that'll keep me safe, then like during the day, but I guess there is really no day. It's an underground parking garage. It's all dark all the time. I don't know. And they said food is kind of scattered everywhere. I don't know. As long as there's no entities in here, and they haven't mentioned any yet. So far, I like my chances with this one.
If you hear footsteps that stop when you stop walking, do not turn around.
Oh, wait a minute. It sounds like there's an entity in here. What did they say at the end? You can scavenge from abandoned vehicles,
but most of it is expired.
Most of it's expired,
Sleeping is possible inside cars, but it is uncomfortable and cold. If you hear footsteps that stop when you stop walking,
if you hear footsteps that stop when you stop walking,
do not turn
around. I mean, that just sounds ominous. Like, what you didn't even tell me what was behind me. I mean, I that sounds horrifying, first of all. I can't just sleep in my car or stay in the car the entire time because I got to go out and scavenge for expired food. While I'm walking around, I'm going to hear footsteps behind me. And if I turn around to see what's behind me, there will be consequences. I'm not going to lie. It sounded like an L. It sounded like an L. And see, the thing about these is like, you already know it's bad. Like, you know, if you lost like 6 seconds in to these, you know what I mean? Like, I already knew. I'm trying to justify it, but we got 3 boxes to go. I know one of these boxes is probably going to be, you know, oh, you're on the beach, or you're in a log cabin, or you're at home, like shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cooked. I'm not going to go above 500 today. Let's see what box 2 has.
Turn around. Box 2, the quiet suburban neighborhood. This is a perfectly clean neighborhood with identical houses. The lawns are trimmed and the street lights work. You have access
Like
to
that.
food, clean water, and comfortable beds. However, no one actually lives here. At night, silhouettes can be seen standing inside some houses, watching through the windows. They do not move unless they know you are outside. If you enter a house and see a family photo, sometimes one extra person appears in the background. That person was not there before. If the street lights begin to flicker,
Taurus, I don't know what you're saying A for, y'all. No, y'all done.
you must enter the nearest house immediately and lock all doors. Do not look out the windows until morning.
Yeah, that's a L. 2 is a L. I don't even want to debate it. Y'all saw that demon. Don't even fake like you didn't see it. Demon in the window, right about here. What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that? What happens when you run out of food in the one house and you got to go to the next house over to scavenge some more food? Can't just stay in there the whole time. Can't stay in there the whole time. If I can't stay in that car, in the underground garage the whole time, you can't stay in that one house the whole time. I do not care. It's non-debatable. Okay? Non-debatable. 2 is a L. 2 is a L. Zeke says, come on, number 3.
They do not move unless they know that person was not there
See what
before.
number 3 has.
If the street lights begin to flicker, you must enter the nearest house
All
immediately.
right, so this is still
and
number
lock
2 right
all
here.
doors. Do not look out the windows until morning. Box 3.
Number 3.
The Secured Mountain Lodge. This is a modern lodge high in the mountains. The building is fully stocked with food and fresh water. There is electricity, heating, and multiple bedrooms. The area is quiet and isolated. No animals or people can reach the lodge. Sleeping conditions are extremely comfortable. There are no known threats here. You are completely safe for the entire month.
Oh, damn. 3. 3 is the W. Oh my gosh. Who picked 3? Who picked 3? Who picked 3? Let me see. Zeke picked 3. Ghost picked 3. Okay. Looks like just Zeke and Ghost picked 3. Who else picked 3? Ashley picked 3. Okay, nice. Zeke, Ghost, and Ashley picked 3. Okay, congrats to y'all. I mean, we're gonna play number 4 first. Just to see what we missed out on.
Box 4. The Underground Metro Station. This is an old metro station that was sealed decades ago. Trains no longer run, but the lights are still on. Benches are clean and the air is warm. Vending machines restock themselves every night. You can sleep comfortably on the platforms. However, between 2 and 4 a.m., a train that should not exist passes through the station. The doors open briefly. If you are still on the platform when it arrives, it will wait for you. If you hear the train arrive early, hide immediately and do not let it see you.
Yeah, that'd have been an L too. That'd have been an L. Clearly, number 3 was the winner. Might I also mention the architecture on this lodge here? Very modern, very sleek. It looks like it's perfectly sitting where it needs to be in between these mountains here. Very nice job by AI designing this. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, big W's to who was it? Zeke, Ghost, Ashley, and Herb in the chat who got the W on that one. Clap it up. Clap it up. Good W's for y'all. Meanwhile, I am unfortunately 1 and 3. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I got to be better. You know, It- these are hard. Weathering could be a problem there, but but it said it was safe, and it looks like a freaking desolate stronghold. It looks like it has a basement or something that goes underground, and I don't know how that would work exactly, but you get the point. Number 3 is the W. That's the win here. That's the winner. All right, next one, last one, guys. Before we got to get into some serious stuff, well, maybe not so serious, but some different stuff. Last one. Let me see who can end this with a positive record. I know a couple of y'all got a positive record. I think I think Ghost might have a positive record right now. Drop your record in the chat. Be honest. Be honest. I'm gonna get somebody to start tracking these records. I'm 1-3. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I'm 1-3. Let me see. Let me see these records. Irv is 2-3. Kenny is 1-2. 86 Ghosts. Are you counting for the week? 7-1. Hey, that's tough if that's true. If that's the case, that's actually very tough. Glaucoma's 1-2. Zeke 2-2. Okay, okay. All right. Let's get into this last one, y'all. Let's get into this last one.
Choose a path, left or right.
All right. It's real simple. Real simple. Left or right? Left or right on this one, y'all? Left or right? Take your pick. Take your pick. Left or right? Where are we going? Where are we going? I'm not looking at the chat. I'm not looking at the chat, but drop it down below. Where are we going? Where are we going? I'm not looking yet. I'm gonna make my decision, but I'm not looking yet. I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Where are we at? Where are we at? Really quick, before I get to these comments, I'm going to pick. Let me go right. Let me go right. It feels like the times where I've picked the first option, I've been wrong. I'm gonna go right on this one. I'm gonna go right, but let's see what you guys say. Let me see. Torres says right. Okay. Kenny says left. Stretch says left. Glaucoma says left. KP says right. Void says left. Herb says right. Asmodeus says right. Ghost says left. Chris says left. Okay. Ashley says she's going left again. Torres says right. Let's go. Zeke says left. Torres says, welcome to the winning side, Sutton. I'm going right. I'm going right. So me, Taurus, Asmodeus, Herb, KP. We rocking out. We rocking out. We got this. We got this, y'all. We got this. All right, let's see. Let's see. What the people on the left got to deal with.
This video.
No free promo there.
Enjoy the video. You chose the left path.
Left, okay.
Your place is a massive indoor playground made of clear...
Real quick, this seems like super nostalgic. Something about this is like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know.
Tubes and pastel slides under bright lights that never turn off. The air smells like disinfectant and sugar, but there is no food anywhere.
Ooh.
Water comes from a single drinking fountain that runs cold for exactly 10 seconds every hour. You can sleep on the foam mats, but the floor is always slightly vibrating like something.
Wait a minute. So there's no food and there's a water fountain that runs cold water for 10 seconds every hour on the hour. Yeah, y'all might be done for.
Something is moving beneath it. Every time you go through a tunnel, the layout changes behind you. You are not being chased. You are being rearranged.
Yeah, sir. I think we got this one. I think Team Right got this one. No food? Yeah. And then, what did they say, that last part? That last part?
Where water comes from a single drinking fountain that runs cold for exactly 10 seconds every hour. You can sleep on the foam mats, but the floor is always slightly vibrating like something is moving beneath it. Every time you go through a tunnel, the layout changes behind you.
Every time you go through a tunnel, the layout changes behind you. That was similar to the one from a couple of challenges ago. This one is just way more aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. I guess it's maybe the nostalgia for me. But no, yeah, I think y'all are done for this one. I think y'all are done. You're gonna be starving, right? And what did they say?
You are not being chased. You are being rearranged.
I think they said 30 days you got to be here. 30 days. You're not going to survive. You're done.
You chose the right path.
Yes,
Your place is
sir.
a clean commuter train frozen in permanent sunrise, golden light pouring through the windows like it is always 7:12 a.m. The seats are empty, warm, and comfortable. A snack cart sits in the middle car with sealed food and bottled water
Oh,
that
yeah.
restocks each time you blink.
Oh, yeah. We up. We up. Team right. Team right path. We up. Let's go.
The bathrooms work. The doors open at every stop, and the platform outside always looks normal and safe. The speaker announces the same calm message every so often. Next stop, home. And it never sounds urgent. You are safe here as long as you never pull the emergency brake, and you never enter the last car marked out of service.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Ended on a dub. Ended on a dub. Ended on a dub. That's what I'm talking about. Let me see. It was me. It was Taurus. Who else? Who else? Asmodeus, Herb, KP. Shout out to us, man. Shout out to us. Clap it up. Clap it up. That was a good one. That was a good one. And look, I didn't go over 500, unfortunately. I went 2 and 3 on the day. Went 1 and 2 yesterday, right? It's tough. This game is tough, you know. But shout out to everybody for playing. Thank y'all for participating. Again, if you're watching the replay of this episode, you're not live with us here, make sure you join a live sometime. Join a live sometime. We have a lot of fun in here doing these challenges. But again, if you want to, you can follow along in the comments. Be truthful. Which doors you got right in the comments. I would love to know. I would love to know. Stretch 52 says 1 and 3 today. Yeah, it was a tough one. It was a tough one. It was a tough one today. But all right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of the liminal horror for the day. More of that. Yeah, more of that tomorrow. So listen, guys, tomorrow's episode is going to be going live a little bit earlier. And this is just a housekeeping thing. I know I've been doing these lives around around like 11 you guys' time. 11, 12 o'clock, like sometime midday. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit earlier because around the time I would normally go live, I have to go pick up my parents from the airport. So look out for it probably around like 8, 9 a.m. Gonna try to get it out of the way early. So be on the lookout for that. Please, guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. If you're watching over on the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel, you got to join the interactive chat. And the only way you can do that is if you come over to the official Sutton Reactions YouTube channel by scrolling down to the description in the video you're watching, clicking on that link, and joining us over on this side. Let me see here. We got. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay. Let's get into. Let's talk about this. Let's start with this. The Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark came out with, as Muddy says, 8 or 9 a.m. our time. I know you in Houston. Yeah. Yeah. So like, what would that be? What would that be? So yeah, like 8. Yeah, 8 you guys' time. It's gonna be early. It's gonna be early. Because again, these episodes tend to go for a little while. They tend to go for like an hour and a half, sometimes even 2 hours. So we'll go 8 o'clock. Tomorrow's special start time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right? That's what we're going to do. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I'll put the link out for that by the end of today so you guys can remember and hit the notification button. But okay, Ryan Clark from The Pivot dropped a video. There was a snippet that was circulating the internet about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and the criticisms that both of these players face. And he's kind of talking about how the fans need to kind of wake up and realize that these guys are more similar than they are different. He had a lot of things to say. Let's take a listen, though.
If you just pay attention to social media, it would seem that Lamar fans hate Josh and Josh fans hate Lamar.
Now, let me stop you right there, Ryan. Lamar fans do not hate Josh Allen, and Josh Allen fans do not hate Lamar. They are just two players that are on two different teams. And these teams have fans. Fan is short for fanatic. So anything that is associated with that team, the fanatics are going to defend it all the way to the end. And I know you guys do that probably out in your public spaces, at work, at school, you know what I mean, at home, at family gatherings. If somebody talk about your Ravens, you're going to defend them, right? That it just is what it is. So I don't think that Lamar fans hate Josh Allen. I think that Ravens fans just want to go back and forth with Bills fans because that's what fandom is, right?
In truth, they just hate us that talk about it.
Yeah.
We've created this thing because if either of those sides were being honest with each other, they just see how similar these dudes are. Both extreme talents, top 3 quarterbacks in the league over their careers. Patrick Mahomes is number 1 and he's by himself. 2 and 3 is Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. You add Joe Burrow when he's healthy, and then Jalen Hurts fits in there in some sort of way about winners in the top 10, right? That's how it goes. They were both flawed passers coming out of college. They were both extremely talented guys. If you're being honest and you watch football, Lamar Jackson is a better regular season quarterback than Josh Allen is. He has 2 MVPs. He has 3 All-Pros. Josh Allen has 1 MVP. He's never been first-team All-Pro.
Okay.
What we've seen in the regular season, Lamar Jackson is better. Josh Allen gets a bit of a pass because when Josh Allen has gotten to the playoffs, he has games that he has lost to other teams where he was not to blame in any way, where he did everything he possibly could for his team to win, and his team let him down in some way, whether it's the divisional playoffs in 2021, whether you feel like the same thing happened in the AFC Championship. That wasn't Josh, so Josh gets a pass. But it's all about media coverage. Because the same way that these were the exact same 2 dudes sort of coming out of college, nobody asked or talked about Josh Allen switching positions. When Josh...
Boom. And I think that is also where the disconnect lies between Ravens fans and subsequently Lamar fans. The difference between them, so basically us, and everybody else. Me as a Ravens fan, again, Ravens fan is short for fanatic, and I am not ashamed to say that I am a fanatic for the Baltimore Ravens. I have been since I was a little boy, and I've carried that into adulthood. I am a card-carrying member of the Ravens Fanatic Club. What does that mean? That means that if you ever come after my quarterback or my team in a way that I feel like is unfair, it is going to elicit an emotional response out of me. Not necessarily like an angry or hostile response, because again, this is all in fun. It's fandom. It's what we do for fun, right? It's like a hobby. But the fact that people did say that Lamar Jackson should switch from quarterback to wide receiver, the fact that people did say early in Lamar Jackson's career that he would last no longer than 3 or 4 years because he would get banged up and then eventually be out of the league. The fact that people on live television said that he was basically Tim Tebow-esque, right? Tim Tebow 2.0. He wasn't even Josh Rosen, not even close. The fact that we've gone from that to him still receiving kind of backhanded criticisms. When people say things today like, oh, Lamar Jackson's good, but he's just not as good of a thrower as Josh Allen. It's like, okay, but by what metric? We just want to know, because we know as fans how good Lamar Jackson is. Has he fallen short in the playoffs? Could he have had some better playoff performances? Yes. He could have had some better playoff performances. I do agree with that. 100%. However, if you actually watch a lot of those games, look, I'm not going to get into defending Lamar Jackson right now. Again, this is the fan in me. I can go all day. I do it all day on PRP. I'm not going to waste my breath on here talking about it at length, but you guys get my point. Fans will not let you talk about their team. It's like talking about one of their family members, or it's like talking about their partner or something like that. You just can't, only people who can talk about us is us in a negative light, because you guys don't know the context most of the time. And I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm talking about national media, people who cover the team. Let's see here. Let's keep going.
when Josh Allen falters in the playoffs, and best believe what happened in Denver was Josh Allen's fault. Interception after a turnover, a fumble right before half, a fumble coming out of half, bad throws when Dawson Knox is wide open when you can go in and score instead of kicking the field goal to send it to overtime. It is his fault, and we should be able to say that. We shouldn't have to go on TV and cover for him and say that he's blameless and not criticize him because he's human. And the truth is, neither one of these dudes' greatness will be realized until they win a damn Super Bowl or until they retire. Period. That's what it is. But the problem is if you're on one side of it, it's like, why are you always talking negatively about my guy, but you won't say it about him when they're so similar? In the same way, we could look at last year when Lamar Jackson loses and say, Mark Andrews should have caught the ball. He did everything to get him here, but you could point to the first half and be like, but he turned it over. But people don't want to hear that. If we're looking at it unbiasedly, these are two of the best people playing the game, two of the best people playing the position, and they just happen to get drafted to places that fit them perfectly. The demographic, the support group, and the geographical location of where Lamar Jackson is picked in Baltimore, it is perfect. And it's the same in Buffalo. But they're so damn stupid that they wouldn't understand that if you switched them both, you'd be happy as hell to have Lamar Jackson in Buffalo, and you'd be happy as hell to have Josh Allen in Baltimore. Because they are both that great. And now, if stupid ass media members could get out of their own way and just be truthful about both of them, not based on how they look, not based on where they come from, not based on who's easy to sell as the face of the NFL, and just be like, man, these two dudes are talented, these two dudes are flawed, and their flaws are the reason that both of them will have new coaches this season. Because when you're that great and you're that talented and you don't win the championship, something else has to be wrong outside of you, when in truth, both of them have had faults and flaws in the reasons why they don't
have Super Bowls. Got it. Got it, Ryan Clark. I got it. Let me see what you guys are saying here in the chat. Let me see what y'all are saying. Chris is quoting, when Josh lost, it was on the team. When Lamar lost, it was on him. But we don't judge him more harshly even when he's had no one. Like, I don't think they hear themselves. Not a fan of Ryan Clark. Quarterbacky. That's what it's given. I want to play one more video for you guys. Before we get into some more of what you guys are saying here, I want to play one more video. And this one was actually courtesy of my guy, Stretch 52, who just sent this to me.
Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen debate isn't about football. It's about who the media decided was an acceptable quarterback. And they decided that before either one even took an NFL snap. They were in the same draft class, playing the same position, but the framing for both of them and their qualities was completely different. In college, scouts felt like Josh Allen was raw, but he had upside. Lamar Jackson, who had a Heisman Trophy to his name, was seen as different. Maybe that's not actually tangible once he gets to the league. The scouts and media said, well, hey, Josh Allen has flaws, but a right coach can fix that. But with Lamar, his flaws were seen as cautionary tales, red flags that maybe couldn't be fixed if he got to the NFL. The media can try to convince us over and over that they're not covered differently, but it's been in front of our eyes since draft night. Josh Allen goes top 10 and all the scouts and the media are saying, hey, like, we're looking at what he can become. He could be the greatest thing we've ever seen.
Really quick. And yes, she did cook. Ashley, she's definitely cooking right now. And what I want to add really quick is that I don't think that we would be here. I don't think Lamar Jackson would be going through some of the things that he's been going through, with some of the discrimination and some of the, things that have been put on him if Cam Newton, and yes, I said Cam Newton, if Cam Newton would have won that Super Bowl in 2014. Let me explain. Cam Newton was about to become the first black and undeniably athletic and dual threat quarterback pretty much of all time. I mean, before him, you had who? Russell Wilson, or around that time, you had Russell Wilson, who I wouldn't quite put in that same tier as like black quarterbacks who, okay, maybe they don't have straight out of college the best throwing mechanics or whatever. Maybe they're a little bit raw, but like just raw athletes. Because before that, and I'm trying to go through my Rolodex of Super Bowl wins. I can't remember any other black quarterbacks winning the chip. I mean, there's guys who have gotten close. I mean, but when you're talking about who? Doug Williams? I mean, like, am I missing anybody, chat? Yeah, but I say Doug Williams is the only one that I could have really thought about. But Cam Newton had an opportunity, a golden opportunity to kind of like change the narrative to where people say, okay, you can win Super Bowls with with athletic dual threat black quarterbacks. But I think the stereotype has always kind of been around because we haven't seen that archetype of quarterback take his team to a championship and win it. So I feel like Cam Newton not diving on that fumble, not winning that game overall, did irreversible damage until somebody else can break that barrier. And it's got to be Lamar Jackson. It's got to be him. That's why I want him to win a Super Bowl so bad. Like I am dying. Like I need a Lamar Jackson Super Bowl more than I need air, just because of what it would prove. Just because of what it would prove. But let me let her finish. Let me let her finish.
Lamar Jackson is sitting last in the green room going towards the end of the first round. And instead of, hey, we're excited for what he could become, and it's, well, let's see how this pans out. We don't know if he can actually play the quarterback position. One quarterback has to prove himself immediately. He must be great. He must win. And if you lose, there are no excuses for you. But for the other quarterback, hey, it's okay. We give you patience to figure it out. It's not really your fault if you lose, but you're still great. And to sit there and not see that that's an issue because it's not rooted in football, but it is rooted in preference, in bias, that is the reason why this conversation is never going to end. You don't have to play the sport to see the difference. One is what the quarterback is supposed to look like. The other was never supposed to reach the heights that he has. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen debate isn't about football. It's about who the media decided was an acceptable quarterback. And they decided that before either one even took an NFL snap. They were in the same draft class, playing the same position. But the framing for both of them...
No, I agree. I agree with what she's saying here. She definitely cooked. It's just a matter of one of these guys got to break through. Somebody's got to break through and win a championship. And I want it to be Lamar Jackson. Patrick Mahomes doesn't cut it. Unfortunately, doesn't cut it. Doesn't do anything to fix the stereotype. Nothing. If anything, we're going to be looking for more light, bright brothers, who have a little bit of mobility, but can also sling it. They want the best of both worlds nowadays. These mixed babies, I'm telling you, these mixed babies, they're the future of sports. They're the future of sports. Especially, you look at the NBA, half of those little nigglets look the exact same. Half of them do. But for our sake, we need Lamar Jackson to win a Super Bowl. Stretch 52 says, y'all going to get a laugh out of this. The Giants are targeting Willie Taggart for their offensive coordinator, LMAO. Yeah, it's just, I heard about that. Harbaugh, he's trying to build his own empire over in New York right now. While we're on football, really quick, guys. Harbaugh's trying to build his own empire over in New York. I respect it. I've been publicly saying I wish him all the best. Wish him all the best. But I heard this as well. I want to bring this to you guys. I don't know if you guys saw this yet, but this news actually just dropped, I think like 30 minutes ago. About 30 minutes ago, I saw news that reported, and no, that is not colorism. I'm just joking. But Jordan Schultz from the Schultz Report reported that sources say Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter has canceled a scheduled meeting with the Browns today. He is believed to be in serious consideration for other head coaching jobs, including Baltimore. That says something. That says something, guys. I'm just saying. I think that a deal might be imminent. You might see, and I talked about it at length on last night's episode of Quiet Storm Sports on PRP. Go check out that episode if you can. That was great. We learned a lot about Jesse Minter. And he says, I'm late. Well, I've been on here, King Lil. King Lee, I've been on here. I've been on here. So I haven't really been, paying attention. But I did catch this when I pulled up Twitter just now. But yeah, I think that Jesse Minter, any hour, any minute now, guys, we could get that notification to our phone from Adam Schefter saying that Jesse Minter is going to be the next Ravens head coach. Because why else would he cancel an interview, a meeting with the Browns today? A scheduled meeting with the Browns. Yeah, I get it. The Browns are poverty. But it says something. It says that it tells me that there might be a deal maybe already done. Maybe they're just hashing out a few more details. And here's the reason why I'm inclined to believe this, guys. There is no guarantee that, let's say there's somebody else who they might really want to, wait it out and see if they get like Clint Kubiak or a Shula. There's no guarantee that you get those guys. You're running a risk by leaving Minter out there on the market if you want to wait to interview everybody else. Buffalo could swipe up Minter tomorrow, Kubiak on Monday, or one of these other teams who currently still have a head coaching vacancy. So I don't know if the Ravens really want to run that risk. I'm caught between they want to do their due diligence and make sure that they interview everybody, but at the same time, they also don't want to run the risk of losing out on a candidate that they really, really liked because they wanted to wait and see, and the candidate's like, okay, well, they're offering me the job over here. I'm just going to go over there. We'll see what the Ravens do. We'll see what the Ravens do. Now, another reason why I'm actually inclined to think that they will wait it out and we won't get any news this week is because Gary Kubiak, and my guy Stretch52 sent me this. Gary Kubiak was on the Ryan Ripken show, and he talked about how he was so grateful because he coached with the Ravens back in the early 2010s. He talked about how he was so grateful for Eric DaCosta and Ozzie, So with the familiarity there, I think that they would at least give Clint Kubiak, at least an interview. Even if they were in love with Jesse Minter, I think that they would at least say, okay, we're going to wait till Monday so we can interview Clint Kubiak. We'll see. We could see something as early as Monday, but I wouldn't be shocked if we got something today. Wouldn't be shocked. So stay by your phones is all I'm saying. Stay by your phones. Sounds like Travis Kelce's going to be back with the Chiefs next year. Okay. I guess we don't play the Chiefs next year. Whatever. All right. Enough football stuff. Back to business. Let's see here. Let me get this off the screen. Thank you, young lady. Let me see who we have here in the chat. KP, what's up? Chris is still rocking out with us. Zach is in here now. Stretch52 with us here. Tor is still rocking out with us. Modi is still rocking out with us. Appreciate y'all for coming through. By the way, we got another episode of PRP tonight. We do have a special guest coming on with us. So make sure you tune into that. Should be a good one. It's going to be Travis's last season, probably. Yeah. I mean, I thought that this was going to be his last season. But maybe they're preaching some sort of one last hoorah thing in that locker room. Who knows? I don't know. Void, what up, Void? Ashley's still in here. What's going on, Ashley? All right, let's get into another topic, right? Do y'all remember back in the day before smartphones, imagine, and before GPS, imagine, and maybe some of you guys did this, but I didn't. I'm too young for it. Imagine you were a pizza delivery guy, right? Back in like the 80s, before GPS. Doesn't that sound crazy?
You want to know what's insane to me is the fact that people used to deliver pizzas without GPSs back in the day. What were you guys, all wizards? Back in the day, somebody would place an order and then give you a street name and a random number, and then the pizzeria would be like, cool, see you in 30. And then they'd be like, we got a delivery on Frederick Street. The driver's like, where's Frederick Street? And he's like, I don't know, but there's a map in the glove box. They used to map. They used to map. What am I, a pirate? I can't even read a map, let alone deliver pizzas with one. Can you imagine you got a nighttime delivery, you got two 12 cuts in a back, and you're in the middle of traffic, just where the fuck? Wait a minute, I'm sorry, what am I, Nicolas Cage? The amount of pizzas I just would have took home and ate because they just weren't gonna make it to their final destination.
Bro, this is me. You really think about it, bro. You really think about it, like, dog, like he said, you load up all them pizzas in your car and you just have like a sheet of paper that got a list of addresses. Again, like he said, random numbers and street names. And you got to go and pull up a big ass, fat ass map, right? A big ass map. And I know I got this little book here. This is my journal. My baby got it for me. Don't tease me. She got me a little journal. I write my little notes in. But imagine that. Can you imagine, like, bro, that shit is wild. Like, we're so, like, I'm so used to and spoiled, quite frankly, and glad to say so, by modern technology and GPS. Like, I can only imagine going somewhere, and having to use like freaking MapQuest. Y'all remember MapQuest? You got to print out the directions. People had to print out directions when going on a road trip or something like that. Y'all remember those days? Man, how far we've come. Just the little things in life, you know? GPS on your phone makes it easy to get anywhere. Like it's not even like it's not even a worry. I mean, the GPS tells you exactly which turns you need to make. It speaks to you, tells you what lane you need to be in. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers used to have maps. You talk about building character. This is why we're so spoiled today. This is why the kids are growing up, and they're being consumed by technology. Everything is so easy. Everything is too easy. Everything is getting easier. And maybe that sounds good for humanity is like, yeah, convenience, right? That's what we want. Humans, we want convenience. But at what point, and I get it, GPS technology is something that's been around for a while. It's not really seen as too technologically advanced. I get that, but just talking about where we're headed based off of where we came from. Because remember, like I said, 20, 30 years ago, you couldn't get around nowhere with just a GPS. I'll probably say like 30 years ago. 30 years ago, you couldn't get around with a GPS. You had printed directions and maps, physical maps, where you had to trace your finger along where you're going. So imagine what's going to happen, or what other, you know, uh, inconvenience that we have now that we don't even realize that will be wiped away 30 years from today. And imagine we get to a point where eventually we live in the world of. Have you guys ever seen that movie Wall-E, the Pixar movie Wall-E? It's like it's a depiction of society like thousands of years in the future, where Earth is literally just like a trash infested just wasteland. It's just a wasteland, right? Of all trash. And we now live like humans live on a separate planet or whatever, where everything is just peaches and cream. You don't have to walk nowhere. Everybody's fat. You get all the food you want. Like, at what point is convenience going to become an issue for society? At what point is it going to disable us, right? Because I feel like it's already slowly but surely disabling and infantilizing us in a way. Everything is at our fingertips. And where does it stop? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Asmodeus reminds me it was a spaceship, not a separate planet. True, true, true. I got to rewatch that movie. Regular maps be looking like hieroglyphs nowadays. That's for sure, bro. That's for sure. Like I just couldn't imagine doing it. Can you imagine? Like, do you know the anxiety that you get when like you're going somewhere that you're not familiar with, and you have to take an exit? You know, and let's say like you realize your exit's coming up in like a quarter mile, and you're all the way over in the opposite lane. Imagine doing that and not having prep time because you have a map. You got to keep looking down at the map. The map can't tell you where to go. The map doesn't tell you in 0.25 miles, turn right onto, you know what I mean? Or take this exit. Like, ah, we got it easy, y'all. We got it easy. I'm not going to lie to you. Chris M says, I use MapQuest to get to college. Yeah. My mom and I would do that when we go to Connecticut to see my brother, print out those maps, and I would be her guide so she could keep her eyes on the road. Yeah, we used to be human GPSs. Hey, I'm driving. You hold the map. I mean, you hold the directions. Tell me where to go. Have a little marker. You crossing off the lines as you're going through the turns. Oh my gosh, man. The days, right? The days. Let me see. Torres says moderation is key. It is, but I just don't think that the good thing about it is this. We're talking now, but like most of us, well, everybody who's watching this, including me, we probably will not be around by the time that things look drastically different than they do today. Change is slow. Progress is slow. However, I do think that things like artificial intelligence, AI, that will accelerate the process. I think faster than we might think. So it'll be interesting to see in the next 10 to 20 years, what new technological advancements will we have that totally change us as a society? Will it be robots in the homes, right? Which is already starting to happen. That's a real thing. Maybe I'll bring that up on the next episode. Okay. Let me see. That's how those cars be on these worst drivers compilations. Trying to get over at the last second. Man, I hate that shit so much. Our work order system went down earlier, and something told me to write all that shit down instead of relying on the tablet. Small inconvenience, but always keep the basics in your repertoire. Yeah, it's important to have, like physical information and things written down. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Taurus. You are. Because this shit can all come crashing down as flawed, just like the people who designed it. Technology moves fast. Don't forget, people used to have flip phones and then the buttons now with only a touch screen. Yeah, yeah, it's we're moving faster than we think. Is what I'm saying. We're moving faster than we think we are. And it's kind of scary to think about, but also kind of exciting at the same time. But just something to think about. All right, let's move on, guys. Let's move on. What do we have next? Get the pizza guy out of here. All right. So I saw this video, and let me know what you guys think about this. Apparently, this woman went to a restaurant with her baby, and her baby was screaming, and somebody else in the restaurant complained. Who do you think was in the right? Who do you guys think was in the wrong on this one?
So this gentleman here is telling me to tell my 8-month-old to stop screaming because he has sensitive ears. I know it's loud, but he's an adult. He can leave, and he chooses not to leave. He's choosing me to tell me to take my baby out because he has sensitive ears.
You need to learn to be respectful.
She's a child, sir. It's not me. I didn't do anything.
You're closing this whole restaurant after hear our discussion. They don't want to eat that. They want to eat their food.
You came to me about my child, did you not? You speaking for other people that haven't spoken, and the only reason I'm furious about it is because you came to address me about an 8-month-old.
You're forcing everyone.
I really wonder what kind of restaurant this is. I mean, I'm just like looking at the stuff on the walls and like, is this like a little hipster, like trendy cafe or like what's going on? But by the way, I mean, with the topic of the video, apparently this couple over here that we see has asked the restaurant to kick out this woman and her baby because the baby is like crying and screaming, and then the woman is saying like, what do you want me to do as a baby? Like, you can leave. Who do you think is in the right? Who do you think is in the wrong here? Should she have taken her baby out of there? Or do you as a human being just have to kind of accept that, okay, it's a baby. Babies are gonna cry, right? Like, what do you think?
No, I'm not forcing any. I didn't tell the baby to talk. I'm happy that she has a voice, and I'm happy she can speak because there's children out here that can't even speak. That's nonverbal. So I am grateful for my child to be able to have a voice, and that's not up to you as an adult to chastise me or to whoop me because my child is speaking. You can't remove yourself from this restaurant. No, you're disrespectful. You're entitled, and you're being privileged right now because there was nothing in this world that made you feel like you can come say that to me about my child, and then you're upset that I'm reacting. I'm reacting to your response. There are nonverbal children out here. You want to sit here and act like I'm supposed to suppress my child's voice?
I'm not responsible for you for the way that men have probably mistreated you in the past.
Man, I'm a happily married woman. What are you talking about, baby? I'm 10 years next week. Clap it up for me. That's what you can do. So no one has mistreated me. You've been disrespectful. I didn't accuse you. Have I ever said racist? Did I say racist in here?
I was talking down to you because of privilege.
No, I said you've been. Privilege is not equal racism. Let me.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this one, y'all. I'm kind of torn on this one because, like I said, on the one end, yeah, I mean, it's a baby, and babies are going to be in public spaces. That's just kind of what it is, right? Like, kind of the same thing goes for like on airplanes and whatnot. But at the same time, if it were me in that situation, I would want to be courteous to everybody else in the room. You know, if I'm gonna be out in a public space with my baby, and my baby is being really loud and possibly distracting and taking away from the experience of others, I got to be, as a parent, I got to be accountable for that. And I got to do whatever in my power to console this baby. I mean, like, that's the thing. I'm going to be doing everything in my power. I'm picking the baby up, patting the baby on the back. Let me see, a restaurant, like, server, do y'all got any crayons, anything like that? Something. But to just let the baby just like go off, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I mean, it's just like kind of ruining it for everybody else. Kind of ruining it for everybody else. But if I was on the other end of it and I was at a restaurant and I heard a baby like, kind of, just being loud and whatnot, I also wouldn't say anything because I'm a normal fucking human being who can realize that babies don't have the mental capacity to know when they should and shouldn't be loud. I mean, it's just, and we should all be able to relate to that because we were all there at one point. You don't remember it, but like, you kind of got to have some empathy there. You got to have some empathy. I think both ends are kind of responsible of being empathetic of the other. I do. Let me see. Tila, what's going on, Tila? Appreciate you for coming through. You missed our liminal horror segment earlier. Says, I'm not staying hunker down in my house because y'all nerves are bad. Yeah, and I think they used an excuse like that they had some sort of like hearing problems or some sort of sensitivity to hearing, which, if that's the case, then this is a tough one, y'all. This is a tough one. Chris M says it's a baby and it's a public space. You don't want to deal with possibly running into being kids. Please stay at home. Tila says, you say that now, something because you don't have kids. But no, I'm saying I see both sides, though. I see both sides. It's just like on the yes, it's a baby. But like if the baby is just like constantly, like let's just say this is going on for minutes at a time, and it's like it's clear and obvious that is distracting everybody, that is bothering everybody around you. It's like, okay, at some point you would try to do something. Or at least I would try to do something to keep the baby occupied, whatever. Just try to be considerate. Just trying to be considerate. That's all. But definitely don't come up to me. Like if you're a server, or especially not anybody else in the restaurant. Like if you're just another customer, another patron in the restaurant, do not come to my table and tell me anything about my child. That I agree with. If the restaurant owner or a server or whatever comes over and tries to maybe help remedy the situation, again, like I said, maybe bring over some paper and some crayons or something like that, or say, hey, how can I help? Is there anything I can do to help? Whatever. I feel like that would be acceptable. That would be acceptable. But never as a patron, I don't think that you should go out of your way to say, hey, look, that baby's ruining my experience. Get it out of here. That's no, no, not cool. Not cool. I would have, if it annoyed me, I would leave. Yeah. You can also leave. You can also leave. Now, this is a little bit different. When you got destructive kids who run around everywhere and the parents allow it, that's when I flip. That's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. Like if you have, I mean, and obviously that would be like, toddler and up age, like maybe like around what, 4 years old, something like that, 4 or 5 years old, running around the restaurant, just doing whatever they want. Yeah, that's no. Then it's like keep the kid in the seat, okay? Because that even becomes dangerous too. All right. Herb says, "Where's the mods at over here?" I don't think we have mods on this channel yet. I got to get some mods up in here. Herb, you can be a mod. You can be a mod. Let me see. Tila's a mod in PRP. Might as well make Tila a mod over here. Who else would I make a mod in here? Let me see. I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that later. Let's keep it moving. Chris M says, "You know what I did with a mom on a plane with a kid she couldn't control? I got him and we played games on my tablet. Be an adult and calm yourself." Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, a kid's going to be a kid, right? It's a baby. It's a baby. Moving along here. I see we got some ladies in the chat. I want to bring up this video, and I think this is actually the last one I have for the day. But I want to bring up this video to you guys. It was this lady or this girl, and she doesn't look very old. This young girl who went to go get her hair done, right? And she goes to get her hair done, and she's not satisfied with the final result. And she says that, "I'm not going to pay you." And I just want to know, like, how do y'all feel about that? Like, would you pay for a service that you did not like?
You're putting mousse on?
Yeah, you're supposed to put mousse on.
I know, but you only put mousse on when your hair is done.
Is your hair not done? What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm just asking common questions. I don't need the attitude. But no, like, this is not what
Damn, she kind of rude, ain't she?
I wanted. Like, the pictures that I shown, I wanted it to be on this side and you put it on this side.
But you didn't tell me that. What are you talking about? Because I'm confused now. Like, now you're not making any sense. Like, I'm confused.
I showed you a picture of what I wanted, and this is not what it is on the picture.
Do I need to pull up the picture so you can
If
see
you
this
want
is
to do
exactly
that, if you want to do that, I'm not here to argue. Like, it's mad late.
I'm
just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. You're still putting mousse on like you're done.
Because it is done.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
For the record, her hair looked pretty done to me. And it looks nice to me.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I feel like it's not done. This is not what I asked for. So if I'm not getting what I asked for...
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. If it's not what you wanted, why would you sit through the entire process? Right? Because she said, "I've been here all this time." It's like, okay, well, clearly you saw the direction she was going with the hairdo. So why not, like, when you saw that, because she said it's on the wrong side or something, like, why didn't you say something when you saw she was doing it on the wrong side? I mean, the shit's done now.
Definitely, I'm not gonna pay you. And
what
like,
do you mean you're not gonna pay me?
Like,
what are you
guys,
talking about?
like,
Because I just spent mad low on your hair. What are you doing?
Okay, I was supposed to be done at 10:30. It's literally 2:30.
Okay.
Damn. She said she was supposed to be done with the appointment at 10:30, and it's now 2:30. That's crazy. I don't know if it's like PM or AM they're talking about, like, but either way, 4 hours? And you not trying to pay? I mean, I know you're 4 hours behind schedule, but not paying? That seemed a little extreme. Let me back it up just a little bit.
Respectfully, I'm not gonna pay you. And
What do you mean you're not gonna pay me? What
like
are you
I
talking about?
like
Because I just spent mad long on your hair. What are you doing?
Okay,
right
I was
now?
supposed to be done at 10:30. It's literally 2:30.
Okay,
And
your
you
hair looks
didn't-
good though.
And you didn't.
You look good though.
And you
You
didn't
look
give
good
me.
though.
You didn't give me what I wanted. The best I can do is give you like a $50 tip, but I ain't giving you the whole price, and that's just what it is. So you taking it or leaving it?
She said, "You didn't give me what I wanted." She offered this girl $50. $50. Real quick, drop in the chat. How much do you think a hairdo like this young lady has cost? I want to know from the ladies. All my ladies in the chat. How much do you think a hairdo like this costs? Because she says she's only willing to offer her a $50 tip.
You should just get up out the chair right now before I start cutting these braids, because I don't know.
I will get up out the chair.
And I can cut the braids while you get up out the chair, because I don't.
Damn, she said she's gonna cut the braids.
Can you move out my way?
What you mean?
Can you move out my way?
What you mean move out your way? What do you?
Oh man, drama. Oh my goodness. That How do y'all feel about that though? How do y'all feel about that? Chris M says she knew she didn't like it before it was finished. Payment up front. Thank you, and get someone else to do it. Yeah, that would be my thing, right? I mean, like, I thought that's how it went. You had to pay before the service, right? I know you have to pay a deposit when you book most times, but I would have assumed that upon arrival, appointment day, you have to pay before the service starts. Just because of situations like this, I'm sure. Glaucoma says she waiting all the way to the end to say something. Run that girl her money. That's what I'm saying, man. Run that girl her money. She sat there and did your hair for 4 hours. 4 hours. Kenny agrees, says yes, you do, because they still put time in to do your hair or get a service. Now you don't have to return because you don't like the hairstyle. And why do I see this happening a lot? Like, I feel like, because Tila says it here, some of these girls be trying to find every reason not to pay. I'm trying to think to myself, like, have I ever experienced, like, I'm trying to think about it, like, from a guy's perspective. Like, if I go out to get my hair cut, and I just got my hair cut yesterday, by the way, guys. I told my barber yesterday before I got my hair cut exactly what I wanted, and he did it. But in the event that he, like, maybe was slightly off on something, maybe I said I wanted like a high taper and he did it more medium. I don't know. I'm still gonna pay him for the work. I just might not come back again because he didn't do exactly what I wanted, right? I gotta pay him for his labor, his time, you know. And I would let him know still, like, hey, look, like, it's, it's cool, but not exactly what I wanted, but it's all right. Still gonna pay him his money, still gonna tip him, right? And I'm gonna keep him moving, but because I want to, I want to see what did y'all say about the price? How much these cost? How much would that cost? Let me see. Tori says $225 for that. At this time, that's at least $150 to $200 at minimum. Okay, so we in that $200 range now in a way. My sis does hair like that, and it's $250 to $300. That's at least $200 to $250. Yeah, $200 to $250. Yeah, so we the general consensus is like $250 for this hairstyle. And this girl was saying, "Hey, look, I'll give you a $50 tip, but that's it. Take it or leave it." Shit, I'm just like Taurus here. I'd be like, close the doors. Close the doors. Cause you ain't going nowhere till you run me my full $250. Okay, I got Zelle, Cash App, PayPal. What you want? Venmo? Cash? Yeah, she would close the doors for sure. For sure. Let me see. Kenny says take her to court. Yeah, report her ass to the Better Business Bureau. But no, it is messed up though, because you sat there and watched this girl do your hair for 4 hours. And you're telling me you didn't look in the mirror not once. You didn't feel that she was braiding on the wrong side of your head not once. You just decided to not say anything and say, you know what? I'm sure she's gonna finish this up. She's gonna do a very good job. But at the very end, I'm gonna tell her that I'm gonna act like I don't like it and it's not what I asked for. And then I'm gonna dispute payment. Hell nah. Hell nah. Nah, definitely not. Torres says, my current barber is a female, but I've never in life came at my barber, no matter the gender. And if I had an issue, I just don't return. Exactly. Exactly. Honestly, that's how I feel about most like service work. You know what I mean? If I'm not satisfied with it, it's like, okay, cool. Like I'm still gonna pay, right? And it depends on the the service. As long as it's more subjective. We had this talk last week about like subjective service work and objective service work. Like my guy Taurus, I think he said he's into plumbing, right? Like if you fix the pipe, then cool. You know what I mean? Like I can't really have an opinion on how well you fix the pipe. As long as it's fixed, I'm good. But with services that are objective, like getting your hair done, or for ladies, like getting your nails done or something like that, I'm still going to pay and tip regardless for the time. If I don't like the service, I just don't have to come back. It's just as simple as that. I don't have to come back. Boom, done. Problem solved. I made a mistake, won't happen again. That's all it is. That's all it is. But okay. I think that's about it for today. That's about it for today on this episode of Sutton Reactions. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming through. Could have been anywhere, but you decided to hang out with me here, Sutton Def, on Sutton Reactions YouTube channel. Listen, guys, we will be live later today on PRP. You guys know today's Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me, Alex, and a special guest will be hosting the Purple Rain podcast, talking about our Baltimore Ravens. Who knows? We might have some head coaching news by then. But either way, it's going to be a very good, very juicy episode. You're not going to want to miss it. So if you're watching on PRP, make sure you look out for that. If you're watching on Sudden Reaction, shout out to you. Appreciate you for coming through. And I will talk to you guys later. Stay positive, test negative, like the video. Never, ever, ever forget, even on the rainiest of days, to call God. I'll catch you guys in a few hours. Peace.